What's up guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can make hard samples for Future and Lil Baby. Today we're also going to talk about sound selection, about mixing, about some tips for dark melodies, and also about essential sounds for trap samples. So let's go. So every time you start to make a sample, just keep it simple and try to find a nice and easy melody to start with. You can also start with bass notes and add some rhythm to it. So let's just pick like a scale. Let's pick E minor and just lay down a root note. So I just laid down like a simple chord progression. Well, it's not a chord progression yet, but some bass notes. We have the E, we have the G, we have the C and the B. And yeah, I just pulled up the G a bit in the front just to create some rhythm. Let's see if we keep it like that or if we change it up later. So now we can pitch it up 1 octave and just start to create a melody. We can make it in triplets or we can just use half beat. Let's just keep half beat for now. So I just like switched it again because I don't really like the bounce. Sometimes you just have to keep it simple, right? Like one tip I can also share is if you end the melody here, just always go down because it sounds way more dark. So the melody we have right now is this. It's simple, but it's nice. Now we can just like replace it with some other VST and look up for some sounds, right? So I always like to go into my Explore tab, just choose user presets and just shuffle it. Then you can just like maybe also switch up the type, put it to bells and then switch the bells. So I really like this sound, so I picked it. And now we're gonna flip it. Just pull up a simple EQ. Just get rid of the low frequencies. Now we can add like a Valhalla vintage verb, simple as that. Now comes the sauce, okay? Like this plugin got used a lot in the past, but I think some people forgot about it, but it's actually crazy. It's a factory. So now we're gonna play around with it a bit, reverse, with the stutter, with filter, with the delay chorus, etc. And yeah, let's see what we can get. So I messed around a bit, and the final thing I got on Effectrix is like a phaser phase, stutter phase, and a reverse phase. I always like turn the mix down a bit, so it's not that obvious the effect. So it's sounding like this at the moment. Now we get to the next source. You already know, I guess. It's Portal. So just pull up the bank here and yeah, just mess around with it. So I got this weird preset music in the, I don't know which bank actually, who cares? Just find a nice bank and it sounds like this. But it's way too much for me. So another source I can give you, I learned it from Lifestyle Did It, I guess. You can tweak this right here, the dry and wet knob. Then go out, go into your playlist, go to tools, go to last tweak and create automation clip. Now you can actually mess around with this knob right here because you can't really automate it. It doesn't let you, right? So that's a source. So we just make like a little and small effect right here, right? So this is what we got so far. So nothing crazy so far. Let's render it out. Deactivate the master effects, of course. Just bounce it out. And now what we can do is we can flip it again or even pitch it up. Yeah, I think I like this. I like this a lot. What we can do now is add some bass notes. So I just laid down these simple bass notes just to give it like a more dark vibe, of course. You already know that. Let's give it a mixer track. We can maybe make it a bit more crazy, just stretch it or something. Okay, we can maybe try to do that. Just duplicate it, make it unique and stretch it. So we just take these, make sure they are generic so it doesn't click. Then we can just render this out. Then we can mess with it a bit more. Just pitch it up maybe. Yeah, I think this will be good. So let's cut it a bit. Let's just add halftime. I think this is really nice, like as an accent to have, right? So let's make another melody, like probably the last one. or maybe an accent and a melody, and then we're done, I guess. So for the sake of the video, I will pick some sounds out of a one-shot kit, so you guys don't have to worry about any sounds out of VSTs, all replicated with one-shots only. So don't be too focused on having VSTs and owning VSTs. You can also use one-shot kit. So I just found this key. Let's see if we can like use it as an accent, right? I will actually switch the sound again. I think this bell sounds way more fire. So as you can see, we're still pretty simple, and that is like the main tip I want to give you guys today. Keep it simple. Just use like 4 to 5 sounds, which all have their own pocket and their own space. Use the pen tool, use the EQ, make it simple so the artist and the producer can have fun like cooking up and using the voice and making the vocals fire on the song, right? So get into the mindset that someone else will use it, right? Of course, we can just like overtune it and add FX and add anything else you can ever imagine, but that's not the point of being a sample maker. Like the most important thing I also have to learn is how to make simple shit that people want to use, right? So we want to add one more phrase or one more accent or anything else we can think of to make it a bit more interesting to hear. Listen, right? So I found this pretty sick accents right here. One is a vocal phrase and the other is a guitar phrase. The one sounds like this, and the other one, the guitar one, sounds like this. All without effects. We're gonna apply them right now, but it sounds like this right now. Yeah, just some pretty basic things, but we can make it work now. So let's come to the effects of both of these accents. For the first one, I just, like as I stated, did the EQ and did the Valhalla vintage verb. Pretty simple. And for the second one, we have the same. I cut it more into the mid and also Valhalla vintage verb and a radiator on the little tube amp preset, or turned down the mix right here. So all in all, it sounds like this. So, but I think we're not quite done yet. We can also add one other layer, because I can think like of a faster melody going on in the background. And sometimes it is what it is. Maybe you can put it in, someone fucks with it, someone doesn't, and that's okay. If he doesn't like it, like he can take it out anyways. So yeah, that's fine. Don't really like the sound. I would change it, I guess. I found this key, classic thin key in the crazy key, stuck in the Matrix, Loop Legend, analog lap bank, and I just laid down this simple pattern, which sounds like this on its own. And I think it accents like the melody a bit, and yeah, that's all I really wanted to achieve. I am the fan of like not keeping in everything at the same time, so I would just like listen to it now and arrange it like I want to. So that's all the arrangement I really did. I just try to keep it simple again, and yeah. So at the first part we only have the main melody playing right here, together with the bass notes and the lead, and also the accent with the guitar, which is pretty like small, the impact of it. Altogether it sounds like this. So we let the vocal come into the next part, also with the bell and also with the other like accent texture, I guess. And it sounds like this. Yeah. And then I just repeated it and brought some things in, deleted some things. So that's basically a loop. Now we come to the master chain of mine, which is always Ozone 10 and the Soothe. If you don't have the plugins, you can like look for some other plugins which do the same within here. I just like to have them all in one plugin, so I don't have to fucking open 20 of them, right? So maybe we can add a sound shifter and look if there's a pitch we like. So this is also always the last thing I do. And for that I would take out the bass, because I don't really like to pitch up and pitch down the bass, because it sounds ass. And if we want to pitch it, we render it out, pitch it afterwards in the sample, and then add the bass again. So I actually pitched it down one semitone, so it's an F, and yeah, so we will just delete that. As we know we want to do that right now, we will delete this, then we will just gonna make the stems really quick, and then we're gonna stretch it and pitch it. So we bounced it out, and now we can add like the keyscape, the bass notes again, just so it isn't muddy anymore. And we actually have to pitch it up by one down, right? I did it, okay. So now the sample is done, and let's take a listen how it sounds. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like the video, comment the video, subscribe to me if you want to see more content. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And yeah, have a good time.